My teenage sister got kicked out of the house for refusing to pawn her PlayStation. My mother and stepfather pawned our stuff a lot when we were children. I would come home most days to find that my gaming console or other belongings were gone. There were never any apologies. My parents told us that they needed the money. Eventually, my grandma bought my sister a new PlayStation to play with, since my parents pawned the one she had previously. She loves the console to death, and is to this day a devoted gamer. But the pawning was not just restricted to the purchases of the parents, so my sister made a habit of taking the console with her when she left the house. We were getting ready to spend the afternoon out last year when my mother stomps in, demanding that she give up the PS4. My sister tried to run past her, but my mother attacked her. She yanked my sister's hair and tried to dig in her backpack. The whole time she was screaming, "I am your mother, and everything that is under this roof belongs to me." When my sister got outside, my mother screamed, "You are no longer welcome in this house." My sister did not return since. She lives with our grandmother and I'm her older sister. I had the sense to leave that hellhole 2 years before my sister did. She was 16 and I was 18 when it happened. Edit: in the months leading up to incident, my sister was growing cold emotionally to our mother. My sister felt unable to trust her with any personal details and emotions, because the coldness made our mother believe that my sister was evil. My sister felt as though her mental state was being used against her, so as my sister became more detached, the arguments and fights got worse. She is doing a lot better here with her grandmother and now that she can actually come home and anticipate playing on her tablet or console without disappointment. TLDR, mother with aggression issues chases out teenage daughter, believes that gifts given to her children can be resold without emotional penalties. Wow. My mom did the same things. We didn't have the money to buy the games in the first place, so around Christmas she would suddenly become a devout Christian and take us to church, where she would share a sob story if a single mother struggling with 5 kids and the holidays were coming. My poor babies. Every year she would convince several churches to donate us gifts. Hundreds of gifts. She would go through them, pull the expensive things and sell them. We would get the leftovers, if there were any. As we got older, people started asking us what we wanted. And we would ask for clothes, shoes, coats. She beat us for those answers. How dare we ask for such things? Don't you know we need money? Oh man. She would butter it up really good too. She wouldn't pay the bills all summer, so that when the holidays came around, we would be without power, and it was like the cherry on the pity cake. The kicker is we never saw the money. She didn't pay the bills or buy food for us. I know at one point she was doing cocaine while she was pregnant with me, but I never saw the addiction in person. She sat on her ass all day and smoked 3 packs of cigarettes per day. What a loser. See. This makes me feel so sad for you. My best friend in high school had a mother who was like this. She would go into her room while she was at school and take any clothes, consoles, or video games she could find and sell them. She took the clothes because my best friend is trans and her mother didn't like that my friend used the money she earned to buy dresses and makeup. One time I let my friend borrow my Pokemon Sapphire, and when I asked for it back a week later, her mom had sold it. I was so pissed at the mom, not my friend obviously, and TBH I'm still mad to this day when I remember that game missing from my Pokemon collection. I remember a really hard time we had in my house, and we had the kids, too. Piggy banks worth a couple of grand each. That was at the time. They are a lot more now. The first thing I said to my wife is, "We don't touch their banks, that's theirs, not ours," and she agreed. She went to hang out with her friend one day and I took my collection of coins worth $600 and sold them. She was mad initially because I had been collecting since I was a teen, but I said it was worth it. What your parents did was absolutely disgusting. It's not the kids' fault that the parents are poor, and it's not the kids' responsibility to pay for it. It's good that you have someone sensible in your lives now. Your grandmother is a good woman. I had a similar situation growing up with 2 drug-addicted parents. They used to pawn my shit and tell me someone robbed our house. I'm glad to hear you've both gotten out of there. It's a horribly toxic environment that, no doubt, has fostered trust issues in you both. I wish you two the best and hope you can move past that awful experience.